Good morning, chaps, ladies and gents, peeps. We are on the S1000GT Suzuki GSX. Let me hop on here. Make sure I let these people go. Clutch is nice and early. That's what we like. I nearly run someone over. That would have been a good sign, wouldn't it? Wow. I am standing up on this bike. Immediate thoughts? Yeah, you are. Yeah, you're in a nice upright seating position, which makes a change in comparison to the usual. Oh, clutch is lovely. In comparison to the usual. Has it got a quick shifter? It sure does. I like this seating position. The clips are high. I feel comfortable, I feel relaxed. Obviously, if you'll see my previous video, that was the Speed Triple RS. Actually, sorry, Speed Triple 1300R. And that was quite obviously an aggressive bike. Oh, that clutch is very smooth again. I mean, the first thing I've just noticed, you feel very at home on this bike. I've just been on for about 20 seconds and it quite easily feels like I've had it for a while. So about this bike, let's get that out of the way first. Sorry bus, it's the Suzuki GSX-S1000GT. I know, a bit of a mouthful. It's got 150 brake horsepower, top speed 145 miles an hour. It is a 999 inline 4 engine, which likes to scream as far as I'm aware. It's so this bike has got the same chassis pretty much as the S1000, which is the naked version of this, which I really do not like. I'm not a fan. It looks like a bit of a squashed skinny bug, but that's just my opinion. There's much better naked bikes out there, I think. Well, that was a nice sounding Aston Martin. The previous model to this, which ran until it was from 2014 to 2021, was the, again, another mouthful, GSX-S1000F, which basically looks like a skinnier version of this. I tell you what, these clip-ons feel nice. You're just in a nice seated position. Yeah, it was basically a skinnier version of this, the previous bike, which I haven't looked at reviews, but I assume it was probably a popular bike. In terms of price tag, this bike is going to set you back about £11,700. Brand new, yeah, brand new. Second hand, you can find them between 9 grand and 11,000, but it's only a year and a half old, so you're going to be limited in terms of, you know, the bargains you can find online. Quick GoPro check, make sure the red light is on. Yes, lovely. Yeah, top speed 145. I think it's limited, by the way. I was watching a video yesterday, I think it was, and it gets to 145 very quickly, but the engine tells it, nope, stop, you ain't going any quicker. Which I'm sure for safety reasons it has its pluses, but I'm pretty sure you can probably bypass that somehow. The bike has all the rider aids. I'm on the slowest mode right now, which is A. I think it's ABC, the different modes. You've got traction control, which is on 2 right now. It goes 1, 2 and 3. It has a quick shifter, down blipper. Yep. It has, I think, quite a nice dash. Kind of tells you everything you need. Oh, missed neutral. And a lot of people online complain that it doesn't come with cruise control, which, to be honest, what is it, an extra £300? I know for almost a £12,000 bike it should come with it. No, it's not cruise control, it's heated grips. Sorry, it has cruise control, but for heated grips you have to pay extra, which is going to bring the price of the bike to about 12,000. So, as you will have seen in my previous video, I've not ridden naked bikes before, and I assume this is what it feels like, but with more protection. This is obviously a sports tourer, so it's aimed at people who want to still have the ability of a sport bike and the excitement of a sport bike, but with more comfort to be able to go on longer rides. Reviews from other people seem pretty positive. A lot of people complain about the lack of braking power, prowess I should say, but I guess we'll find out what that's like. A lot of people complain about the lack of heated grips, which on a summer day in England I don't need, thankfully, right now, but you know, if you want use all this all year, you'll need it. Yeah, it feels nice. It feels, my legs are comfortable, my hands are high up, so it's not putting pressure on my wrists. I'm getting a little bit of wind, so we'll see what this screen is like when we go a little bit faster. Mirrors seem okay. Right. First little speed test. It's a pass. This bike likes revving high from what I've seen, so we'll try and do just that, of course within the speed limit. Right, let me see what it's like lane filtering, although I don't like to do on new bikes, but I don't want to queue up here, so we go nice and easy. Feels decent, doesn't feel too wide. I bet some of the big adventure ones feel huge. Well, it's flickable. It is. I can tell you that one. 100%, guys, this bike gives you comfort. It makes you feel at home with the bike, even though I've just been sitting on it for 10-15 minutes. It very much instills confidence, which is one of the first things I'm immediately noticing, which is nice, isn't it? You want to be able to feel like one with the bike straight away. Another thing, on the engine seems quite happy, a sort of you know, third and fourth at 30-40 miles an hour, and I think it will be, because these engines now are built, especially on these types of bikes, they're built to give you the power you need at a certain gear, well, at a higher gear, whenever you want it, really. A little bit of twisty time, not much, just a little bit. Guys, I'm sorry, but these types of bikes is where it's at. I love sports bikes, I love them, but they belong on the track. Little bit low pull there in 6, but I am in the lower mode, so I'm going to turn it up a bit when I get a chance. I think I'm on the quickest mode, although it didn't feel that different when I switched it. So it's ABC. We'll find out on the motorway, I suppose. Very easy to switch modes though. You just press OK. That takes you to a different panel section on the right hand side, and then you much, and then you just, I think, change it with the arrows on the left here on this dial pad. No issues finding neutral on this bike, guys, in comparison to the Speed Triple RR. It's quite easy. We are going to stop off and take a look at the bike in a minute, so you can admire in all her glory. Okay, here she is, Suzuki GSX-S1000GT. Tell you what, these kind of bikes are growing in me right now. I didn't used to like them, but as I'm getting older, I sort of appreciating more different style bikes. They used to be just sport bikes for me, and now these guys just, I get them. People talk about how it's kind of like cheap material. It doesn't feel cheap. I don't think it looks cheap. I think it's on the cheaper end of what this bike can offer, because for, you know, £11,500 you do get a hell of a lot for your money. Oh, make sure I don't get run over here. Be interested to see what the pillion passenger experience would be like. Looks comfortable, but not that comfortable, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, chain needs a little scrubbing. I have to let the dealership know, so someone's obviously taken it on some dirty roads. But yeah, I think, do you know, first thoughts so far, you feel at ease. Like I said, super comfortable on the bike. It's not like it lacks excitement or sort of novelty. It's almost like it's too good to be true in terms of immediate, you know, 15-20 minutes. So I'm thoroughly impressed. I am thoroughly impressed. Character, that's the word I was looking for. It's not that it lacks character, but everything seems to be working. And you know, sometimes when there's something quirky or different about a bike, that's what you remember. But this so far, it's ticking all my boxes, I'm not gonna lie. Let me jump back on the saddle, and I will let you know what the motorway test is like and see what the wind protection is if you're trying to go on those long tours. So, see you on the motorway. Right, we're at 70 miles an hour. I'm feeling wind on the top of my chest, so I'm 6 foot, top of my chest and shoulders, but it's not diabolical. Obviously I can, if I tuck in a little bit, that wind chest goes away, but I'm still feeling it on my helmet, so it doesn't give you the most protection. I think this is the basic screen, so I'm sure you can get taller screens, but the main difference, I suppose, with this and a taller sports tourer, you know, the adventure bikes or whatnot, is that on this one you feel more with the bike. You are still sitting on top of it, but not as much as you are on some of the other ones. Which for me, some of the other taller sports tourers I've experienced kind of crosswind, and it makes you feel a little bit unstable. But this, there's wind, but it's not unstable, if that makes sense. The engine, I must admit, the engine feels slightly strange. It feels very screamy, which I guess I'm just not used to. It feels like you're running out of power, but I'm sure you're not, because this, you know, I can rev it to 11,000. So there's definitely power there. But it's a hard fit. It's a strange sensation to describe, because yeah, it just feels like you're running out of revs on that. Yeah, right now it's just the engine disposition, I suppose, that makes you feel like that. because I'm barely at 5,000. I feel like the revs are already screaming, so it's probably going to take a little while to get used to that. The front brake isn't great, but I'm sure you can probably change that quite easy, obviously at additional cost. Yeah, it doesn't give you the immediate wow factor, that front brake, but I don't think it spoils the bike unless you're some kind of racing machine. Okay, let's have a look at this acceleration a little bit. Well, that was pretty goddamn cool. I need to test out this screaming. Right, I'm going to put in a little bit of a shorter gear. Let's have a look. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Woo! Oh, I want open roads to be able to do that a bit more, damn it. It's got all the power you need. Well, this can get dangerous really quick because you've got the bike wants to rev high and it sounds delicious and it just makes you want to be naughty. This is what this bike makes me feel. It makes me feel like I want to be naughty on it and scream it. Come on, Audi, move out the way. Okay, at high speeds things get a little bit wobbly. It's because of the way you're sitting up on the bike. You know, when you're tucked in on a sport bike, you streamline, the wind, everything flows. Here, you're battling the elements a little bit. Okay guys, final thoughts, because I don't know if I have much else to say, to be honest. If you don't like this bike, you are bonkers, absolutely bonkers. It has great features. I think it looks great. It's comfortable. It has somewhat of protection for those long journeys, but it still gives you the overall sport power that everyone seeks. It screams when it revs. I feel like people up on Mars can hear it. It's got everything you need personally for a very reasonable price of, what, £10,000? I know it's a lot of money, but do you know what? If I had it, I would get it tomorrow. I'm not going to lie to you, and it would be my everyday bike. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to stop it there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to enjoy a little bit more in peace and quiet before I take it back. Thanks all.